Bill Kirillick on the line with us here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We would ask that you like the video, share it out there on social media. There's folks out there that have no idea that we're talking college football here every day. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for the notifications. That way you know when we're going live, which is every day. Bill, when you compare the work of Urban Meyer versus Ryan Day from an effectiveness standpoint, it's top notch. What are the nuances that have changed in Ryan Day's tenure?
Well, result-wise, as you referred to, Mark, not much different in the results. They're both spectacular. Urban Meyer was known as the best closer by many in college football. Just a super recruiter. Ryan Day comes in and they don't miss a beat. In fact, there'd be some say that he's probably doing even better than Urban if that could happen. But either way, the results are tremendous. Philosophy-wise, though, a little bit different. Urban Meyer, a very intense coach. His method was competition, intensity, and that type of thing. Ryan Day, when he took over the high state program, he made sure everyone knew this was his program now. And that's what it is. It is Ryan Day's program at Ohio State. And he wanted a very family-oriented atmosphere at Ohio State. So he kind of changed the atmosphere a little bit from maybe intensity to a family atmosphere, and that's gone over really, really well with recruits. And the other thing is, Ryan Day is Ryan Day. You've got to be yourself. You can't be an Urban Meyer, or if you're a great basketball coach, you can't be a Coach K. You've got to be yourself, and that's exactly what Ryan Day has done, and it's sold very well with recruits.
Bill, of course, Ohio State's a great high school football playing state, but because of the population shift, not quite as highly ranked as it was 20 or 25 years ago. Obviously, Urban Meyer was able to navigate that, maintain that relationship with Ohio high school coaches and bring in enough Ohio talent, but have that broad view nationally, and Ryan Day as well. Does that continue to be kind of on the radar of the recruiting efforts, trying to make that strike that balance?
Yeah, and Mark, one of the things that Ryan Day did that was really, really smart was the first thing he did when he hit the road recruiting as Ohio State's head coach is he hit the state of Ohio. He went to all the big schools in the state of Ohio, from the Cincinnati area up to the Youngstown area, Cleveland area, Columbus, all of them. He hit the big areas, the big schools, the football schools in Ohio, and made sure that he got out to those schools. Not even some of them didn't even have Ohio State caliber prospects, and he was at those schools at that time, certainly working ahead, so to speak. So, he got the ball rolling in the right direction right away. He said, I'm going to prioritize Ohio, and he showed it and did just that. He's got 6 Ohio signees in this class out of the 21. And I think looking back, if I remember correctly, Urban Meyer had about 10 or 11 signees from Ohio in his first class. So, Ryan Day has done a great job in Ohio, but he also knows that, to beat the Alabamas of the world, you're not going to beat those schools with a class every year of 15 Ohioans, say, because as you mentioned, Mark, the talent is outstanding in Ohio, but it's not like it used to be. There's the population shift. There are so many great players in Florida, so many great players in Georgia, California. High State really does need to go everywhere, and that's exactly what they are doing.
Bill, you mentioned a few people out there that have yet to make decisions that we'll know about more once we hit the first Wednesday of February. Who are those guys in question?
Well, the big one, and this is always the toughest one for people to pronounce his name, but I'm pretty confident that I will get this exactly right. I've said it enough times. JT Tuimoloau. From the state of Washington once again. He is a tremendous prospect. In fact, he's the #1 prospect in the 247 sports player rankings for the entire country. So he is the #1 guy. And JT is a defensive end, defensive tackle, who has offers from everybody. I think his decision will likely come down to Ohio State, possibly Alabama. He's got other schools on that list too. Michigan. Ohio State fans don't want to hear that, but they're on his list. And a few others. He's got 7 schools. Oregon is another one on that list. But in the end, I tend to think perhaps his decision comes down to Ohio State or Alabama. So he's the main one. They are also still in contact with Rajon Davis. He's a linebacker out of California, Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana, California. He's committed to LSU. He did not sign with LSU today, and he won't sign with them today. He's going to wait until February to sign, and he's a guy that is on Ohio State's radar screen. The other one, perhaps a little bit on the radar screen, is Tristan Lee, an offensive lineman, but I think he is probably going elsewhere. So I think we're mainly looking, unless someone pops up, and it's possible that someone could pop up in the next month and a half, but unless someone pops up on the radar screen, I think we're looking at JT Tuimoloau is the main guy, and then possibly Rajon Davis.
It's by far the best class in the Big Ten. It's number 2 nationally right now, according to the 247 Sports rankings. Bill Kurelik from Bucknuts joining us to break down the Buckeyes class for 2021. Bill, we so much appreciate you stopping by and analyzing the 2021 class.
My pleasure, Mark. I'm really honored that you had me today, and good luck with the podcast here.